Is it okay to jump ship every 3 to 4 years to grab good opportunities, or is company loyalty matter, especially when you are eyeing executive C-level roles in the long run? Okay, so I have an it depends answer here. Number one, I said this to somebody last night on a coaching session, and he was trying to explain to a CEO. There was a pattern to his work history, and he had like 11 years, and then he had 5 years, and then he's had a couple of 1 to 2 year runs. And he was interviewing with one company and another company, and he had sunk a lot of time interviewing with one company, and he had this terrible exchange with the CEO. The CEO was rather brash, and my client was asking me about what do I think, should he pursue something and basically spend more time trying to chase this opportunity and go and put this presentation. And I was explaining to him my viewpoint, and he said to me, but I've already sunk so much effort into this, to where I stopped him and said, that doesn't make any difference. It doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is what you are about to invest in the future, your time, and how much. I don't care how much time you spent, because why? Because that's already gone. Now you have to decide, right? I've used the movie theater analogy, right? You walk into a movie theater, you sit down, and in 10 minutes, you don't like the show, except you and your date, you paid $30 for the ticket, and you're going to what? Do you want to get up and leave? Or do you want to sit through it because you paid the $30? The only thing worse than paying the $30 for a bad movie is you wasting the next 90 minutes of your life watching it. Right. So at any moment in time, you are always faced with a choice. And I look at that choice in multiple dimensions. So you asked me, should I jump ship? You're asking me something about something that you're not even faced with yet, that is not by design you thoughtfully putting together a career trajectory that's going to enable you to reach your goal. If you say, I'm here and I want to be the CEO, think in terms of going forward, how am I going to spend my time in working with the companies, building the skills, and so on and so forth. And if you chart a path of, I would work backwards. What skills does a CEO have? What skills does a CEO need? Everything from leadership, the domain expertise, marketing, sales, operational experience, customer service, all of the skill sets that great CEOs understand. Where are you? What are the gaps? The companies that you work for along the way are what? They're mediums to deliver you the skills, for you to gain the skills, and you on top proactively taking advantage of the opportunities that they're giving you to learn, you learning outside, and so on. And what you're doing is you're chipping away at hopefully enjoying what you're doing at any moment in time and taking advantage of opportunities to design space in your life to work on skills and fill in those gaps, so that you're accumulating the level of skills and expertise that you feel is helpful, that you enjoy, that will get you to your goal. How you get there, I don't know. And at any moment in time, you need to be looking at, is this providing me the best opportunity to? Am I enjoying myself? Am I learning? Am I loving who I'm working with? Am I on the right trajectory? The trajectory you're on at any moment in time is more important than where you are at any moment in time. Where you are at any moment in time is an absolute snapshot, which is over like that, right? But the trajectory continues on. Some people go this way. Life doesn't go this way. It goes this way, right? Hopefully up, but there's a lot of ups and downs, kind of like the stock market, the housing market, or any other market. So is it okay? Well, I don't know. If you feel that in 3 or 4 years, that opportunity in where you're working has run its course, then leave. If something better comes your way, or you can create a better opportunity. That's the way I look at that. This is I hope that you take a good close look at how you view career planning, because a lot of times what happens is people say, oh, well, to get ahead, you need to leave, organizations, and that's a better way to make more money, and that's a better way to get more opportunities. I don't know whoever told you that or whoever thinks that. I mean, for somebody, it might have happened that way. But I think there's a balance between if I'm working for a great organization and I love what I'm doing and I love the people and I continue to get more opportunities in a space that I love and that I'm passionate about, why would I leave? Kind of thing. If I feel that I'm being paid well and I enjoy what I'm doing, you don't ever have to leave, kind of thing. So I would look for not whether I need to leave the company. I would look for, is what I'm doing helping me grow? Because if you're at the same company and you're continually getting more and more responsibilities and you're growing up the chain of command as well as sideways, meaning, I mean that in a good way, right? You go up by, I'm an analyst and a senior analyst and then a manager and a director and so on and so forth. That's going up the ladder, and then sideways is, well, and I'm learning what this industry and this industry, or this solution line and this solution line, or this software product and that software product, and you're expanding your knowledge base. So I look to grow in multiple dimensions, and that's the way I do it. It's a really good question. You need to be with me tomorrow, because this is what we're going to be talking about. Is what I just described to you is how you plan this out and how you get in all the ingredients related to the inventory of skills, the instruction that you need, the tools that you need, the coaches that you need, the metrics that you need to track, the tracking mechanism itself to track the metrics, and how you go through all that and plan all that out. So give that some thought. I love it. That's a good question. Really good question. Kurt, aloha to you. I'm tracking, buddy. Let's get cracking is right. And Mohit, you got another question here. Love your sessions. How do you approach people in your network or in your current company to be your advocates during your job search, internally or externally? Well, there is a big difference between, will you serve as a reference for me in the event I'm able to secure an opportunity, versus, can you go and champion me to so-and-so? Now, again, if I'm working with people internally and externally, I'm focused on building a solid relationship and building it so that they, in fact, would want to help me get to where I want to go. And so you probably hear me say this: the longer term you think, the better short-term decisions you make. So by that I mean, if you just met me, it would serve you better to build a relationship with me and then ask me for a favor somewhere down the road. But most people, what they do is they reach into somebody and they want to do the ask right away. And everything in your life works like this. If you're building a product, they want immediate results instead of, it's just an iteration, I'm gathering data. That's the short-term step. The long-term goal is, I'm not going to stop. I'm going to keep going because this is what I want. This is my passion, and this is what I'm working toward. But a lot of people, when they look at the short term, they make hasty decisions. This happens in your job search, same kind of things. So, how do I approach them? I approach them by building relationships. How can I help you? What is it that I can do? I one time, when I transitioned out of information technology consulting, and I opened up an executive recruitment firm, I had just spent nearly the prior 2 decades doing nothing but giving people stuff, helping them with their lives, helping them with their careers, doing favors for them. 18 years in, I opened up my own recruiting firm. I was not bashful about calling every single person that I had ever met and asking them something, asking them for a favor at that point. Now, that's an extreme example, but that's how you need to think. That's how you need to think. Think about it that way.